Hello and welcome back, everybody. This week we're painting a portrait, but not just any portrait, a kitty portrait. This cat actually belongs to a dear friend of mine, and I've actually painted her other two pets, so I decided to complete the trinity with this painting. So, without further ado, I'll explain my process and force those. Yes, let's go. Alright, just as a bit of disclaimer, this is going to be a long video if you couldn't tell already, and that's because I felt the last few videos I just talk really fast and no one really enjoys it. So I have done this now to make it longer. Still sped up, but not as fast. So, okay. So here we have me doing the, normal thing of wetting my canvas and putting some brown acrylic on it. And for those who don't know, I do this to help blend the colors in. So if there's any spots that I miss with painting, the eye will naturally blend it in, and I won't have to worry about it so much. So we're going to put that aside for now and let it dry. Ooh, let me put it away. And we're going to start with this very out of shot. But this is Pinky, essentially, and I have printed out a photo of her from my friend's Facebook. I stole it. Don't tell her. And so what I'm going to do now is I taped it to a hard, a hard surface. It's a notepad for this. So I taped it to that, and over that I have some parchment paper or tracing paper if you're an artist, and I'm taping that on too so it doesn't go all wiggly-waggly all over the place. So, this is what you gotta do for what I have intended for this project. So it's gonna be cool. So once you see it, it's gonna be cool. Don't worry about it. So you see that pin I have there on the side? Well, time to come in use. So for this project, I am going to do kind of a paint by numbers thing. I'm going to create my own paint by numbers. So I'm outlining Pinky here. She's just a good old lady girl. So she has lots of sass to her. So I've outlined it, and now I am going to figure out where blobs of color should go. There's a nice blob color there that I should have. I'm kind of shaping it into, what's it called? It's not really blobs, but it's not realism. It's going to look cool, don't worry. But, and feel free to copy my method, because it's a very fun method if you don't know exactly how to paint. I feel like this is a good place to start, because you get to decide what gets to be painted and what not, and you just have more control over it, and it's less stressful. So if you're a beginner painter, I highly suggest doing this technique I'm currently showing. So it's kind of a weird tutorial thing going on here. So I have outlined it, and now I'm going to double check that I didn't miss any parts, just in case. And it looks like I did. Oh, did I? I don't know what's going on here. Oh yeah, so I'm double checking, see if I missed any places. Did I? I don't know, we're lining it up again. Oh, there we go, I missed that place. Got some other places. And now I'm taking a different pen and going to label where the light and the dark are, so I don't forget later. And really, this is going to be a reference picture for everything. So even after you're done with this, do not throw it away, because this is going to be your reference and you're going to forget a lot of stuff. So yeah, so you can see I'm labeling light as L, dark for D, and medium for M, typical stuff and whatnot. So double checking that I got all that, and the reason I put L and stuff like that is because if you see in the picture, I'm pointing it to the screen where you can't see, but whatever. So, you can see where the natural light is. And also be careful of when you're done, because your hand will look like this with all the ink on it. So before you start actually painting, make sure you wash your hands, because otherwise you'll get ink all over the place and you'll be so sad. So very sad. Alright, next what we want to do is flip that thing over and start going over it with pencil. It doesn't matter if it's a cheap pencil, mechanical pencil, art pencil, whatever. Just whatever pencil you can get and go over the lines. In color, squish. You might want to have a sharpener with you because it might take a lot. And don't don't be neat with this. Be as messy as possible, because you'll need to. It'll make life easier. If the more out of line you are, the better. You know, the more overlap and stuff like that, it's going to be great. You know, it's going to make your life easier. Ooh, went out of focus. Why did it go out of focus? That's just silly. Why? Stop that camera. You're being silly now. So yeah. So, just scribbling all over the place and whatnot. And now we tape that onto the canvas itself that is now dry. You know, make sure that canvas is dry. And make sure you use a different color pen than you did for the original outline. It will make your life easier, I swear. Because if you can't figure out where you start and end, then you're going to miss a whole bunch of lines. So what we're doing here with the double tracing is that we're transferring the graphite from the pencil from the tracing paper onto the canvas itself. Again, it'll help with the paint by numbers kind of thing. And so, you know, you make sure you're really doing that hard. You're pressing hard as you can with that. Like, not so much that your hand's hurting, but enough pressure to like make sure that transfer goes on dark enough so you can see it. Because if you can't see those lines, then it's pretty much useless and you have to start all over again. So that's why I suggest using a different color pen and not the same pen, because, or the same pen color, because you'll get confused where you start and end, and then you'll miss a whole bunch of lines and they won't line up right and you'll cry. And no, I didn't do this from personal experience. Why do you ask? But now that we're done with the tracing, you can see that we have a nice little tracing. We have a little bit of space at the bottom, but we're not going to worry about that. Alright, we're getting back the towel so we don't get the table all gross. Ugh. My sister would kill me if I got that table all painted up. I wouldn't be allowed to live in her house anymore. So now we're getting ready with all our paints. I should have done this before, but you know, who am I to disagree with life in the end? Maybe I'll cut this out, maybe I won't. Probably won't. But, you know, so what I'm doing here right now is deciding what colors I want. I definitely want it to be pink, since the cat's name is Pinky. It's so silly. And then, so I'm going in with gray. Since I know I want the cat to be pink, I want the background to be more muted so there's no conflict. But, so, I mean, I don't really like this gray at first, and later on I'm going to have to find a different gray that looks much better. But right now I'm painting the background, and you know, seeing how I like it and whatnot. I usually don't do this where I paint around the subject. I usually do the background a solid color before continuing, but I figure since I know what I'm slightly doing, that, you know, hey, might as well take a chance and see if I can do it. Plus gray, you know, putting, you know, pencil on a gray background, you can't really see what's going on, so who knows. But it was a lot of fun going around the corners and stuff. It looks so neat. I was very proud of myself. But the more I painted, the more I realized I didn't like this gray. And I was very mad. I was like, well, maybe if I just look at it, you know, for a little longer, maybe I'll like it, you know. Fix those little splashy spots, you know, because I'll have to do this with another layer or whatnot. But, you know, who knows? Maybe I'll like it. Maybe I won't. I'm lying to myself right now. But I don't know that yet. So, and then you see me going on with the much darker gray. Oh, and as a side note, if you can't tell the difference between the gray spelled with an A and gray spelled with an E, because they are two different colors, I don't know why, that's stupid, but if you ever try and figure out what gray, like if you're writing an essay or whatever, the lighter gray that I used for the first letter is spelled with an A, because it's closer to... Wait. No, okay. I almost got you mixed up here. Alright, so the lighter gray is spelled with an E because it's closer to the white, and white has an E in it. And the darker gray is spelled with an A because it's closer to black, and black is spelled with an A. That's the best I can do for you, honestly, for that trick. And I don't know why that's it. You know, like, look, I'm just an artist. I don't make up English. English is a stupid language. I know, I had to learn it. You know, we're just a hodgepodge of all the other different things in the world. We don't have do we have? Like, I always like to call American English just American, because it's so different from English. Why am I talking about this? This is not the time for an English lesson, this is time for an art lesson. But yeah, so as you can see, I'm trying to be very neat and possible because I don't want to go over my nice lines. Oh, I'm so close to the edge right there. Oh, there we go. Thank you for moving it up. That was bothering me. So, going slowly over the edges because I don't want to mess up Miss Pinky. Miss Pinky would never forgive me if I messed up her portrait. Oh, you can just see the judging cat look all over the place. Oh. The one thing I really know about Miss Pinky is that she's old. She's always been old. Even as a kitten, she's been old. And her name's Pinky. But I like her. I think she's cute. I'm going over again, over the spots that are a little bit too thin. Looking it over. Thinking about, oh, and now's a new day. You can tell because the lighting's different. Oh, and now I'm starting the paint by numbers part. So, this is where, remember when I did all that, you know, labeling the dark and the light and stuff like that? This is where it comes in. So I'm starting with my darkest color right now, which is purple. I mean, obviously, come on, that's just silly. And by the palette, you can see that my lightest color is that really like kind of a rosy pink. And then my medium color is a magenta pinkish. Again, we're going to be doing a lot of pink here. Her name's Pinky for a reason. I think this is the reason why I'm pretty sure she was named for this portrait that I was going to do for her 20 years in the future of her, I mean. But yeah. And it's okay if you see some splotches in your painting at first, because that's just the first coat. That's just the first coat. We're going to go over it a few more times. You know, so don't panic. And it'll probably have to dry before we do that. So, you know, that's the worst part about painting. It's waiting for it to dry. Because you're like, look, I can move on if you would just dry and I could just paint over it again to make it look more lovely. But no, you're taking a half an hour to an hour to dry. Oh, thankfully it's not winter anymore because this house gets really cold in the winter. And acrylics dry much slower in colder environments than they do in warmer environments. And so since it's much warmer in the house now, it takes not nearly as long to dry, which was a, godsend to me because, oh boy, am I impatient about waiting for things to dry. Because I do this at night when no one's bothering me. I guess sometimes I do it in the day. That's why I'm, I don't know where I was going with that. But it's much fun. It's a lot of fun painting when no one's around to bother me. But sometimes I bother and then my niece come over and ask me about it and I tell her about it. And she'll be happy with it and ask her if she wants to join me. And then she'll say no. And then I'll cry on the inside because no one truly loves me in life. Ah. That was me being dramatic if you didn't know. So, as you can see, I'm going from, more broad strokes to more, detailed strokes and whatnot. Just kind of going around things, making it look nice. I don't want it to splotch around or whatnot. It's just nice. I really like how this is coming out so far. It's really, it's oddly detailed, but oddly not at the same time. I keep calling it splotchy, but it's not. It's defined. I like saying that it's defined. It's so nice. It's gonna look so unique when it's done, I swear. And it's going to take forever because I decided to slow this video down and I have realized I have little to talk about. Dear God, why didn't I write a script? Maybe that's what I'll do for the next video. Maybe I'll write myself a script. I'll watch it 500 times. Oh, I'm going over it. It dried enough. It dried enough so I can go over it with another layer and make it look nicer, more solid. Ooh, good thing I have a pop filter for that. Solid. Or else, if I didn't have a pop filter, that would have been just a whole bunch of air in your ear, and you would not have been happy with me. That's why editing's so nice, So, the more I look at this, the more I like it. Maybe I should have kept this portrait. No, that'd been weird to keep a portrait of someone else's cat. I took pictures. I'll admire the pictures. And the video. I do like the video. It's very nice. Oh, right, this is the paintbrush that keeps falling off. So this paintbrush is so old, I've had it for so long, that the paintbrush end of it, with the metal and stuff, keeps falling off of the handle. And so, like, every once in a while, I'm like, oh god, no! And then it's, you know, because I'm afraid it's going to ruin the painting. Because, you know, a big blob of paint out of nowhere. But it's like the perfect size for this. And I should really just glue it back on, but, you know, who knows. Oh, and now I'm starting the lightest color. Which hopefully won't take as long as the... Oh, the purple is still a little splotchy. I probably have to go over that one more time with the purple. But, you know, that's what this is all about. It's about painting, taking your time. Oh, it's looking so nice. Did I say that already? Did I say it's looking nice already? So this is what I kind of meant by painting by numbers. So all the light areas, like I didn't, you know, do like all the ones equal like a red or whatever. I'm kind of doing it more wishy-washy, I guess, more, because I don't like doing rigid painting. I like doing it more freehand, like, not freehand, like, oh god, I'm so bad at explaining stuff. Like, there's instructions, and then I like to, oh god, what is the word? Not freehand, I like to be more free, I guess, with my artwork, where like I have a general idea, but if something goes wrong, I can easily plan around it and save the painting, you know, for whatever reason. You know. I like to wing it. There we go, that was what I was thinking of. Oh, I had like an old person moment where I couldn't think of the word for like forever. Oh no. That's not gonna be great for my... Oh no, it's happening again. For my confidence. It's not gonna be good for my confidence. Oh jeez. Oh, this is awful. What am I going to do with life? Well, let's just, you know, let's just not think about that. Let's go back to the painting. So, you know, as the more I paint, you see it's being more and more defined. You know, oh, maybe I should stop. Maybe I should go to bed. Maybe it's too late. I did sleep for 1,500 hours yesterday. Maybe I should just do that again. Anyway, so it's getting more and more defined, and it's, you know, looking more and more like a cat, I guess, instead of like a weird sketch of it. And I just really, I can't tell you how much I really like this paint. Like, I love doing this kind of like coloring with my paintings. It's actually called Fautism. And art lesson time. Fautism was made by a French dude. Ooh, here, let me look him up really quick. Autism. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's called Fautism, not autism. Google, come on. Oh man. Oh wait, I know word. Hold on, give me a second. I can do it. I can do it. Don't worry. Oh, give me like 500 seconds. Okay, the guy who did it was Henry Matisse. Maybe I'll put his name on there or not, but he did Fautism. And Fautism is when you take a subject, say like a cat or whatever, and instead of painting it the natural colors, because Pinky is a naturally gray colored cat. She has like a little bit of white in there, a little bit of black, but you know, a cat is not typically pink. So you take a natural thing in life and paint it abnormal colors. And I think that's really cool. So like, say you have a painting of a woman. So instead of using lighter colors of her skin tone to, you know, purvey, you know, light and shadow and whatnot, you use like a light green and then like a dark red to portray those, you know, lights and shadows. And I think it's a really cool painting thing. You should look it up. Fautism. How do you spell Fautism? You know what? Maybe at some point I'll just put it on the screen. Put it on the screen now! Bam! Alright. Hopefully I did it. But, so yeah. But, he was a French painter, Henry Matisse. That's not how you pronounce it, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it. And then yeah, so it's just nice. And he did a lot like that. That wasn't all he painted, you know, was just fautism. He painted a whole bunch of other stuff, but that was my favorite part. Like that was just like my favorite kind of art he did and whatnot. Alright, so now you're seeing I'm getting into the middle range of the colors. And I start to realize I've come into a problem. With these three colors, like especially if you see it in the ear, with that in the right hand ear, there's that big empty spot. If I choose to do the hold on, I'm going to sneeze. No, am I? Yes, no. Excuse me. But as you see in that right hand ear, there's that big blank spot. I can't use the lightest color because the lightest color is already there. I can't use the medium color because the medium color is already there. And I can't use the darker color because, again, it's already there. I don't want those to be touching. You know, it'll just look weird and splotchy in a bad way. So, I'll have to use another color. And naturally, I'll use a different kind of pink. Fun note, when I went to the art store, because I needed more pink, I only had maybe 1 or 2 pinks. I was like, okay, I'll go to the art store and get maybe 3 more different shades of pink. And I ended up buying at least 10 different shades of pink. I bought all their different shades of pink because I have no self-control and I really wanted a lot of pink. I can't go into an art store by myself because I'll have no self-control. I'm like, and then I need this, and I need that. And they're like, that's $150, man. And I'm like, yes it is. I just have no self-control when going to the art store. I just want to buy everything. I'm just so happy to have new art supplies. You know? It's just, oof. Oof. Can't do it. Can't do it to save my life. So yeah. Oh, it's looking really nice now. Not that it didn't before. I'm just saying, the more I paint it, the more I'm loving it. Because it just looks so nice. I should do these more often. I should ask my other friends if I can paint their pets. By the way, if anybody want to commission me on these kind of portraits, because I can do humans and other things, you know, in this kind of style. Please contact me at, you know, at something. I mean, I don't think anybody will actually, you know, hire me, but, you know, whatever. Oh, and now I'm going with an even lighter pink for some of this highlight, because this is where, like, the light really hits her and stuff. So I think I put more lighter pink somewhere on her head as well. If I don't, then it's no big deal. But I really like those crisp, you know, those crisp edges and stuff like that. It looks so nice. It's so nice. I know I keep saying that, but it is. And her little nose. I'm painting her little nose. Well, I guess it's the bridge of her nose, but still, look at her little nose. It's so cute. And this is where I start having a little trouble, because in the eyes, I'm painting the white of her eyes with that really, really light pink. But it's hard to tell that light pink and that second light pink apart from each other. It's just, there's not much of a difference between them. So, I'm going to fix that later, but it'll be bothering me for a while. So, yeah. And what we're doing now? Oh, we're putting a second layer on that light pink. That's nice. It's nice to make the paint as solid as possible. Because if it doesn't, then it just looks weird. So, make sure you do that, people. Make sure you make your paint splotches as solid as possible. And whatnot. So yeah, well, what else am I going to do besides... Oh! Put another layer on that nosy. On that nosy little nose. It's so cool. Am I going to do the same thing for the whites of the eyes? Huh? Should have probably made this quicker. Well, you live and learn when editing. It was too quick before, and now it's slightly too slow. I'll probably have to do more practice with editing. You know, this is a learning curve. There's nothing you can do for sure. Oh, making this more crisp because they're a little bit too splotchy for my liking. Making them more crisp. Putting some details so the chin and the chest don't merge into one. Because that would just make her look like she doesn't have a chin at all. She'd be like one of those weird solid neck people. Oh, that would have been awful. I can't do that, Pinky. Poor Pinky. She's been through enough of being old, forever old in life. Okay, yes, you did that part already. Can we move on? Let's move on, please. Please, can we just stop doing it? I want a different color to talk about. No, you're going to... God. Just move on. For the love of God, it looks fine. It looks great. Stop being so weird about it. Stop being a perfectionist. No one will be able to tell. Only you can tell this thing. And that's why you're going over it, because you're the one who can see it. Ah, dang it. What kind of life is this? It looks fine. You don't... How could I tell my past self that this is fine and she doesn't keep doing this? This is just silly. Stop it. Yeah, what we're gonna do now. Oh! We got a new color, everyone. Everyone be happy. We have a new color. Oh yeah, look at it. It's so cute. This is more of a reddish kind of color. And doing it on her little nose. This is actually her nosy nose. So, I started out with 3 colors. Well, 3 different hues of the same color, I guess. Unless you don't count purple. I don't know. So 3 different colors. And now I have 5 different colors. So, I mean, look at me, I can count. I passed grade school somehow. So, yeah. Just color, I know. I'm probably going to go over that like 500 more times. Oh, my. Oh, okay. So now I'm doing the even lighter pink on the second light pink. Oh, this is not going to get confusing at all. Just adding more detail because I can. Oh, making that a darker pink. I don't know why it's easier to tell the darker pink in a pearl pool of lighter pink than, you know, that doesn't make sense. We're moving on. How many times are you going to go over the same place over and over again? Am I just waiting for that reddish color to dry? I'm just wasting time. Am I wasting everyone's time right now? Probably. You can't see what you're doing. Your hand's in the way. Oh, I'm just tidying up places because I'm silly like that. Uh-huh. Yeah? This is like really, this is the you know, the flaw with painting, because you want to look really nice because you're making it for someone, but it looks like you're overcompensating. You're overcompensating how nice it looks because you can't tell. Oh, this is another like skin color pink. Why did I buy so many different pinks? So now we're on a 6th color of, you know, of a different kind of pink because I don't want anything to blend in to each other. Covering up the lips, which hopefully isn't going to be a mistake later on. Going around her little mouth. Uh-huh. We can't see anything. Your hand's in the way. Your hand's still in the way. How is this professional at all if you're going to just, you know, put your hand in the way of everything? Am I not even looking at what I'm doing? What are you doing now? Oh, I'm trying to fix a problem. I'm not really sure how that fixed the problem, but I guess it did. What am I doing? Stop it. Stop it. It's fine. Just leave it alone. Stop it. Oh, God. Oh, now I'm going to do a different color. I am painting her eyes now. and I decided to go with a green, because a green and red, or pink in this, in this case, they are different on the color. They're on different sides of the color wheel. I forgot what that was called. They're like competing colors, so it stands out more, and so it just helps her eyes to pop out, from the rest of the colors in, So I'm making her eyes, distinguishable from her body, because if I also made them pink, they would just be lost in the sea of pinky, and then it would look like an eyeless cat, and everyone would be scared. And you know what? I can't have that in my life right now. I can't have a scary cat. I need a sassy cat who does sass day in, day out. Fixing that air because I messed it up a little bit. It's gonna look fine, don't worry. Don't worry, past self, you're gonna be fine. Yeah. And then we're fixing that little thing up there. We're gonna finish those eyes because right now she's just kind of staring into my soul. No, we're gonna fix that up a little bit. Yeah. Those are looking a little weird right now. Don't worry about those purple stripes like on her lips. Those are gonna be fixed too. Because I'm just not doing it right now. Because the purple will easily overpower that skin color thing. So I'm not too worried about, make them look weird. Right now I just want to make the paint as dull as possible to make it look nice. And yada yada yada. Touching it up, touching it up. And, oh yeah, making those a little bit more solid because they look a little weird. Yeah, that's nice. I wish I had something else to talk about. So, but... So how's your day been going? Good? Oh, I'm glad. If not, then punch something. Punch a wall. I always like punching walls. I've never done it because it always hurts my hand. I feel like I just contradicted myself. But punch something that won't hurt yourself. Oh, so this is what I meant by the purple being more overpowering than that pinkish color, that skinish color. So you don't have to worry, that's why they always say paint lighter colors before darker colors, because the darker colors will easily fix whatever messes, like if you mess up, then the darker colors will easily cover that up. But then I always propose, what happens when you mess up with the lighter or with the darker color? Then you're just screwed. Well, but, that's not the rule for everything. You can easily fix things up. Oh, then I'm doing instead of doing a black for the pupil, I'm doing a very dark blue. Because again, I don't want it to be like staring into or like the abyss kind of thing. I want to have a little bit of life in there. And I really do think having the blue, and the green there, like having cooler colors, contrast to the much warmer colors, I think really helps those eyes to pop out and whatnot. And what are we doing now, girl? Girl, what are we doing? We're just staring at the cat? Did I go to look for something? No? Maybe? Where am I? What am we doing? Oh, no. Oh, I got another purple. So that way it didn't blend into the darkest purple. So I'm making her real cute little kitty face, her little kitty mouth now. It's gonna look nice. I remember I had to go get my reference picture to see how sassy I need to make her. I think I made her too sassy. Made her too happy. But it's still a nice picture. She looks much more like a cat now with that. Oh, and so there, with the other two paintings I made for this friend, I put a little bit of gold in one painting and a little bit of silver in the second one. So I thought it was only proper that I put a little copper in this one, the third one. Gold, silver, copper. It's gonna be nice. So I just did it for the whiskers to make it look, to give it a nice extra little shimmer. I think the I'm not making them look solid because whiskers are a little hard to see and whatnot. So I think it looks really nice having them be see-through, and then as you tilt the picture back and forth, you can see, the shimmery in it. So it's like, seeing whiskers in the sunlight or something like that, I think it looks nice. And then, so there was something I noticed that I didn't like about the paint. It didn't look complete. And that is when I noticed that I needed more shading. So, look, there's my nose. Hi, nose. And so I added darker purple, but I'm kind of freehanding this to make it, hopefully look more nice. And I'm really happy I did this because it really helps define those eyes, because those eyes they were kind of blending into each other, and I was not liking it. I was just like, I can't tell where this ends or begins. And then adding that really dark purple to it really helped. And I was very happy with it. So it's just nice being able to have those two colors be separated by even darker color and whatnot. And so I really had to look at my reference picture to figure out where even the darker shades were and whatnot, and hopefully make it look nice, because I was very nervous about adding the darkest purple to it. So, and you'll notice that, I turn this picture upside down, sideways, and all, throughout the whole thing. And that's just to help me paint it better, to get a better angle at it and stuff. And I'm freehanding. This was very nerve-wracking, trying to freehand the darkest purple, because if I messed up even a little bit, it was going to take, forever to make it look halfway decent again. Because again, it's harder to go over the darkest color with lighter colors. And I was just like, please let me make it, please have me make it look slightly okay and stuff. So that's why I'm kind of outlining it first to see how I like it. So that way there's less problems. If I don't like something, then there's less purple for me to go over. And then finally I just kind of, I just went for it. And I'm so glad I did, because it looks so nice. It really, without that darkest purple there, it wouldn't look half as nice as it does. And so it was just, it really, I feel like, defined, especially where I'm painting right now, that, that big, that lighter purple area, between the eyes and stuff like that. It's just it really needed something. It needed another detail to it. And I think adding that was perfect. I really do. So, it's just, it made me happy. And I'm fixing that up a little bit because it looked a little weird. Oh yeah, that's much better. Clean up those edges a little bit. Yeah, girl. You're doing great. Help those a little bit. And then this is, I look at my picture, my reference picture, and I notice that left eye isn't as open as I had it. So, and she doesn't look as sassy as I want her to be. So I'm trying to fix that eye a little bit. I do quite a few attempts to fix it, and to the point where I think it looks okay. And it's hard because I'm looking at it upside down and right side up, and then look at my reference picture then back, and I'm like, oh man, I can't get this right. And it's a very, if you try to fix something over and over again, the more you try to fix it, the more evident it looks like you're trying to fix it. And so it was a real gamble. This was the hardest part of the painting. And as I'm waiting for that to dry so I can fix it some more, I'm adding some nice lighter gray with an E, polka dots, because for some reason this makes me think of old ladies. This pattern makes me think of old ladies. I don't know why. It just does. And plus it's gray like Pinky. Pinky is actually gray. I don't know why Pinky is named Pinky, because she's gray, so should be gray. But you know what? I don't name cats. My last cat that I named was Baby Gato. Do you know what that is? It's just baby cat in Spanish. The cat was named Cat in a different language. That's awful. Don't do that to your cat. Just don't name your cat Cat. Name it Catherine. So that way at least it has a pun name. So that when you call it Cat, it's like, no, it's short for Catherine. You know. Be that kind of person. That's the person your cat deserves. It's a pun name and not just a, just not a name of cat in a different language. Well, okay, so with that rant, I said rat because I have rats. But with that done, here is the final version of Pinky, and hopefully my friend likes it because I'm recording this and I made this before sending it to her. So hopefully she likes it. I'll let you know in the comments below. Okay,